So I think that if we are in the field of gut microbiota and still remaining in this field of gut microbiota, there are different suggestions. One is based on the metabolites produced by microbes. We know that propionates can bind to some specific receptors. I will not enter into details, but the key point is metabolites from bacteria are recognized by our cells via some receptors. And if we can mimic the metabolites by using some specific drugs or a novel designed chemical bounds, for instance, to bind to these GPRs, we can reproduce the impacts of microbes, the beneficial impacts on microbes. And I know that some companies are now investigating this possibility. So there are molecules that are under a phase 2 trial trying to mimic the gut microbiota impact via the propionate or butyrate, for instance, in order to reduce body weight, fat mass, and low-grade inflammatory tone. It's one part of the story. There are also other data based on some bioactive lipids that can reduce low-grade inflammatory tone in the lower part of the gut, but also at the level of the adipose tissue, and some GPR, once again, some molecules that are able to contribute to the secretion of peptides that reduce appetite can also be targeted. I'm thinking about, for instance, the GPR119 receptor that can be targeted, and this receptor is present in the lower part of the gut, and we know that microbes can crosstalk with this GPR, but also some molecules have been designed by the pharmaceutical companies to trigger these GLP-1, PYY peptides that reduces, for instance, food intake and improve glucose tolerance. But I think that there are now different targets that are present within the lower part of the gut. In other words, if in the next future, I think that we will be able to target some receptors that are present in the lower part of the gut, and by mimicking these metabolites coming from gut microbiota, for instance, we will be able to reduce body weight gain, fat mass, and if not, at least improving glucose homeostasis and different cardiovascular diseases risk factors.